inventors came and bring the cross and invent wagons, he would invent cars, he would airplanes, and that's when they throw what he called gold full of ashes. Because white brother invent many things, and he took some of the mineral resources, and he referred to this as a gold rattle we use in our ceremony. Gold rattle represents this Mother Earth as a powerful being, but he called it gold full of ashes. White brother invent so small, so hot, so powerful that if you ever allowed that to fall on the earth, you'll just burn everything to ashes. So if we throw bomb around Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Vietnam, Korea, places like Persian Gulf, where the big money people got together, the government, and throw many powerful things over there, kill thousands of people, homeless, destroy many living things, animal, birds, and plant life. So that is what they said was going to happen. But he said, if we go out in the other country and disturb their land and life and do this kind of thing, eventually those people are going to rise up and go create most powerful bomb and throw it back here. In fact, they might come over here and really punish those who continue to make those things and throw it around the world.
All right, Shalom. This is Hara One by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim La Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakah Kodash Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. And Shalom to you, Akim and Agwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Yeah, man, that was a beautiful prophetic, commentary by that Gadite. That's a Gadite. What they call so-called Native American Indians. They're the original Gadites, all right, which means troop of the northern tribe of the children of Israel, all right, which came over here to the Americas after 722, falling to Sargon II, all right, and Salmanassar V. Now, they made their way over here to a place called Arsareth in what you call the Americas today, which is the bitter land, ran by Esau. All right. Now, it's beautiful because what he was speaking about is something called Hopi prophecy. All right. This is the word Hopi, and it means good in every respect, be wise, be knowing. Okay. Now they have something called Hopi prophecy. All right. This is one of the Hopi Indian prophecies. And it lets you know that they were familiar with the scriptures because they knew, they used to call him the pale man, but they knew about Esau showing up and they clock in his ways. And you saw what that Gadite spoke of. He said, yeah, first Esau came over here, made cars, then he made planes, right? And then after that, later he made missiles, all right, nuclear splitting of the atoms. Right, since 1920s. It's just crazy, man, because that's all prophecy, man, and it's written that they would bring about these calamities upon the earth. All right. It says it says Hopi Indians. The USA will be destroyed. Wow, man. Kal Halayim La Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, this is their prophecy. It says the United States will be destroyed. He said it twice. Land and people by atomic bombs, splitting of the atoms, right? And radioactivity. Wow. Only the Hopis and their homeland will be preserved as an oasis to which refugees will flee. And that's not true. All right, because they're going to burn up too unless they're in this truth. All right. Now, bomb shelters are fallacy. It is only materialistic people who seek to make shelters, and that's true. That's what they call doomsday preppers. We did a lesson on that. Those who are at peace in their hearts already are in the great shelter of life. Ooh. This is Psalm 61:1. Hear my cry, O Yahweh. Attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Talking about Yahushua. For thou hast been a shelter for me and a strong tower from the enemy. I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I will trust in thy covert of thy wings. Talking about the angels. So, all right. Psalms 5 and 11. Actually, no, verse 10, because it kind of goes into it. Watch this. It says, destroy thou them, O Yahweh. Let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. All right, so that's the ones that are in sound mind. That's what that Gadite is trying to say, but he just doesn't know, But he in the right spirit of prophecy, but they got the prophecies twisted, saying you're supposed to run to this land or that land. Scripture say what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that one too. Let them ever shout for joy because thou defendest them. See, ain't no land gonna defend you, no government gonna defend you, right? Only thing that'll defend you is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Yahweh, will bless the righteous. With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and it's safe. All right. So the righteous run into safety in the shelter of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right. Now it says the rich man's wealth is his strong city, and America is that strong city, and that's their wealth. That's where they're getting all their money from. All right. That's the whore. And as a high wall is his own conceit, man. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. So America has been haughty and lifted up and prideful since 1940s, man. In the 1950s, when they got added into NATO, right, and were given the actually ever since they've been the spearhead that bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Ever since that, they've been the protection for European Union, and the European Union been protecting America financially. So that's the whore. All right. But now them establishing the missiles and being the top dog with the missiles, what you call long range missiles or short range missiles and long range ICBM missiles. Now these nations had to build up their nuclear arsenals like Russia and all these other nations to compete with America. And the Lord has increased these nations, man. The scripture say, let the weak say I am strong. And they have become strong in their missile technology. All right. So it says, where am I at? Oh, right here. It says, those who are at peace in their hearts are already in the great Those who are at peace in their hearts are in the great shelter of life. There is no shelter for evil. See that? But he don't understand the shelter of life is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You see that? Those who take no part in the making of the world division by ideology are ready to resume life in another world, be they black, white, red, or yellow race. That right there is like 50-50, Because, yeah, we're not about color, but Esau's still the red man, But, yeah, we're going to come out of every color nation, but it's going to be Israelites. They are all one brothers. All right, now, Hopi prophecy states that World War III will be started by the people who first received the light. China, Russia, Palestine, India, and Africa. When the war comes, and that's pretty much about right, except for that they want to add Iran in there. when the war comes, the United States will be destroyed by gourds of ashes. And that's something that they use when they'll do their little wicked rituals. And they'll take a gourd or something that they call snake rattle, and they'll shake ashes all over the ground over the fire. And they saying that Esau created this gourd of ashes that if they ever dropped the ashes onto the ground, it would burn everything and melt everything under it. And that's where you have the establishment of the atom bomb, ultimately advanced into the nuclear missile. All right, but the Lord created them for their to complete their own perdition, their own demise. All right, created America and burned the earth. All right, no, where was that? Okay. So it says, gourds of ashes which will fall to the ground, boiling the rivers and burning the earth, where no grass will grow for many years. All right, and that's true. Oh man, it's crazy. I'm not gonna get it, man. But it's a scripture that says the grass is gonna grow, you know, after the missiles hit. All right, Isaiah 34:2. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, man. So that guy that doesn't understand that Esau creating the missiles, the scientists, the nuclear physicists, and also what you would call the generals, you know, and even the missiles itself was all established by Yahweh Bashim El Shai. It's all his indignation, right, and prophecy, and creation. Now it says, he have delivered them to the slaughter. What's like I think I skipped. For the indignation is upon all nations, right, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter, man. So all these nations, even Russia, ever since World War II, the Lord has been destroying people, man. Just war after war. And people just been going to war and just slaughtering each other. All right. And all the way up till now. Their slain also shall be cast out, right? See, people like China, they all think that after this World War III, they're going to come out of this unscathed or be the rulers. But that's not true. The Lord said his indignation is upon all nations. All right. But it says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved. And this is talking about America. All right. And the establishment of the nuclear missiles, atom bomb to the nuclear missiles, ultimately for the destruction of America. And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That's what you call your mushroom cloud, a mushroom plume that they showed earlier. And all their hosts shall fall down. So anything that they have in the heavens, satellites, planes, even other missiles. As the leaf falleth off off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. This is all prophecy, man. The Most High saying from the spirit realm, he's gonna have these scientists in this carnal realm establish the nuclear missiles, and he's gonna bring it to pass, and they will fly. He's saying they will fly, man. They're gonna get launched, and they're gonna be bathed in heaven. All right, meaning in the Shemayim, in the sky, the waters. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and that's Idumea is America. So the gourd of ashes is going to come down upon America and melt everything under it. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. So 2/3 of our people, and ultimately these heathens. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh had to sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So today, the land of Idumea is spiritually will represent America. All right. The unicorns. All right, so I'm gonna skip down to the point. All right, get to the point. Verse 8 or verse 9. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch. And that's your lake of fire, man. All right, America's gonna be turned into a lake of fire. So all the water, the rivers, gonna be turned into pitch.
Low battery.
All right, it's gonna be burned up.
Battery.
All right, it's gonna be burned up, and the dust thereof into brimstone. That's crazy, man. So that's what brimstone is, melted dust. All right, it's gonna be turned into brimstone, like lava, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. The land shall be turned into burning pitch. That's your lake of fire. It shall not be quenched night nor day, meaning it's not going to go out. Nobody going to put it out. All right, it's going to burn for a long time. But eventually it's going to stop, and it's going to be a place for doleful creatures and certain swamp animals. All right, or desert creatures. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, and forever just means a long time. From generation to generation, so it's like generations of children and people in the kingdom. We're gonna see America burning, so it's gonna burn for a long time. It's never gonna be put out, so He's gonna let it burn out, man. All right, that's crazy. It shall lie waste; none shall pass through it forever and ever. But the cormorant, that's a form of a swamp bird that we have out here. I did a lesson on it. And the bittern shall possess it. All right. Let me get to the point. Actually, no. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness, man. So the Lord gonna call America Babylon. All right, it's gonna say Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen. Everybody gonna know that that's Babylon. You know, and it's gonna it's in the stones of emptiness, a place of emptiness, man. All right, and it says they shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing, man. So Esau, all the politicians and government officials and rich people over here, people from overseas gonna be calling them, and the merchants of the sea gonna be calling, trying to reach them, and nobody gonna respond. Trump, anybody, they're gonna just disappear, man. All right, let me get to the point. Get to the point. Where is it at? All right, here go the point. And you know, mind you, that Hopi prophecy said that grass is going to grow later, and that's right here in the scriptures, man. It says, "And thorns shall come up in her places, man." All right, nettles and brambles in the fortresses thereof. So if you have like mansions or even the White House, someday it's going to be destroyed, it's going to be burned up, and in place of that, it's going to be thorns and brambles once it stops burning. Brambles in the fortress thereof, and it shall be an habitation of dragons and a court for fowls, man. All right, so that's gonna be the new place that the Lord says don't go to. You know, because it's gonna be cut off. It's gonna be a no man's land, America, and it's all prophecy. All right, so I'm gonna read a little bit more of this. It says, oh, here you go. It said, boiling the rivers, the gourds of ashes will fall to the ground, boiling the rivers and burning the earth, where no grass will grow for many years. And that's true. All right. Causing a disease that no medicine can cure. This can only mean nuclear or atomic bombs. No other weapon causes such effects, man. This is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. All right, smith is like a blacksmith or a swordsmith. And they're the ones that the scientists and the physicists that the Lord used and the generals to create the nuclear missiles through America, through Russia and Europe. And that bringing forth, so like, behold, I have created the smith that blow up the coals in the fire. So the Most High created Esau, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and an instrument for what? Destruction. All right, weapon of mass destruction. And I have created the waster to destroy. So the Most High, through these nuclear engineers, has created the waster to destroy. And that's what they call the gourd of ashes. That's what the Hopi Indians call gourd of ashes. And they watched them create it. They documented it as Esau was creating it. And they were like, yo, that's him. That's the devil. Diablos, right? The one that's going to bring the fire upon the earth and upon himself. All right. By trying to destroy others, now these nations are going to destroy America. That's what that Hopi Indian was saying. Hey, man, did he keep bombing Hiroshima, bombing Nagasaki, bombing Serbia, right? Threatening Russia. Then all these countries are going to build up their nuclear arsenals. Now, look, America has pulled out of the, what's it called? The INF treaty with Russia. And now Russia showing out with all the technology and advanced missile technology. And it's all written scriptural, man, all prophetic. You know, according to Revelations, where it says the missile's going to have power in their mouth and a tail with fire. You know, basically, the other scriptures say they're going to fly in at the windows and zooming through past houses. And that's AI technology, man. You know, this is Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, that's America, the line of confusion. And against them, right, just like you said, Esau is the border of wickedness, and America is the border of confusion, the line of confusion. And against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. And that destroying wind is what you call nuclear wind, nuclear blast. All right. And that's what really causes the destruction besides the fire. All right. And the chemicals. It says a destroying wind, man. And that's a nuclear fallout or blast, what you call a mushroom cloud. I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about. And the day of trouble is now. That's when the Lord said he's going to judge the whore. All right. Judgment upon the great whore. It's that time. So in these times, that's when the Lord going to what? Raise up these nations. And he's doing that. You know, Kal Halayim lay how about Shem Yahushua. He raised up all these nations to be against America round about. Europe, European Union, which is, you know, neutral with America right now. Then you have Iran. Then you have, but the scriptures say a lot of those European countries are going to burn America with fire and strip her of her riches. You know, you have Russia, Venezuela, Iran, Turkey, Africa. You got all these nations that's against America right now, man. And it's all because of the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And this goes with that Hopi prophecy where they said the land that created those missiles, all these other nations are going to establish their missiles, a bigger missile, and they're going to drop it on America. And that's prophecy. This is verse 3. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. All right. And to bend means what? To prepare and have it stretched and ready for war. So America is that land that bendeth the bow. All right, because they're the ones that bent it and set it up. So he basically setting up their own destruction. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Right. This is Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. That's talking about Russia. So the Lord stirred up their spirit, created their nuclear scientists to come up with their missiles and technology and advanced avant-garde missiles, the invincible, unstoppable missiles and all this crazy mess. It says, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it, right? The only thing they're going to delight in is the destruction of America. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, the missiles, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And that's what the Lord said. Don't spare the children, nothing, man. So there's a judgment coming for this place and for Esau and 2/3 of our people and these heathens. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, says letting you know what that place that's talking about burning with pitch and the place for doleful creatures. It's going to be the line of confusion, so on and so on. It's called Babylon. It's America, man. All right. The beauty of the Chaldees, man. It's talking about the Magi's and the nomadic people, man, which is Esau. All right. The beauty of, it should say the elite bankers, the Jesuits. Excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It's going to be what? Burned to ashes. All right, I'm going to end it with this, man. This is a song of David that he sung. He was singing this, man. And we singing it today because songs are nothing but poetry without music. All right, letters, words without music. And songs are words with melody. All right, so either way, it's a poem or song. Psalms 7 and 11. Oh, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day, man. So what they've done to the Native Americans, what they've done to all the 12 tribes, man. The Negroes, the Haitians, the Dominicans, Guatemalans, to the Panamanians, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, the North American Indians, the Seminole Indians, the Argentinians, the Chileans, the Colombians, and the Uruguayans and Mexicans. It says Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day, man. Right? For touching the apple of his eye, the children of Israel. That's what Esau has done. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He have bent his bow and made it ready. So the Most High is the true one that bent the bow. All right? And to bend it means to control it. All right, this is the word to bend. All right, the rock. And it means to bend, to walk, to string a bow, to tread, to bend, to lead, to march. So the Lord led these scientists into stringing together or creating this these missiles. All right. It says to cause, to go, to lead, to march, to bend with the foot. All right. So verse 12, Psalm 7 and 12. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He have bent his bow and made it ready. He have also prepared for him the instruments of death. So the Lord created the instruments that was spoken of in Isaiah, where it said fuel of fire, and created an instrument to destroy. It's called the waster, right? So the Most High created them to create the instrument of death, right? He ordaineth his arrows. So the Lord ordered and set everything in motion to ordain them, man. He created it and ordained it, just like he ordained the stars, put everything in the order around the earth. Just like he's ordaining the children of Israel. The Lord ordaineth his arrows against the persecutor. All right. And it says, and the persecutors, who is that? Esau. All right. And actually, you know what? And it says, the scriptures say, the ones that persecute us, man. Right? So that's 2/3 of our people, Esau and these heathens, man. All right, all the ones that persecuted the Lord as well. They're going to be set up right here in America. All right, most of them. It says, behold, he that travaileth with iniquity and have conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood, and that's Esau. All right, he's a liar and the father of it. As soon as he be born, he go off about speaking lies. He made a pit. All right, he made a trap for the world. He made a pit, right, to trap people, and digged it. Right, he basically made a grave for everybody, or a place to fall, and is falling into the ditch which he made, man. So now that the grave that he dug, he looking up out the grave instead of looking down into the grave. You know, now America's in that ditch. You see that? We're gonna fall into the ditch, and these nations are gonna cast their missiles in on America and burn her with fire. You see that? Since they've been burning nations with fire, now these nations are going to burn America with fire. And that goes along with, first, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's prophecy. Later, translated into Hopi prophecy. All right, translated meaning the thought or the meaning which has been translated into Hopi prophecy. Now it says, his mischief, right? His mischief shall return upon his own head. And that's what the brother that Gadak was saying. He said,
So if we throw bomb around Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Vietnam, Korea, places like Persian Gulf, where the big money people got together, the government, and threw many powerful things over there, killed thousands of people, homeless, destroyed many living things, animal, birds, and plant life. So that is what they said was going to happen. But he said, if we go out in the other country and disturb their land and life and do this kind of thing, eventually those people are going to rise up and go create most powerful bomb and destroy it back here. In fact, they might come over here and really punish those who continue to make those things and throw it around the world.
all right, and that's prophecy, man. Psalm 7:15. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate.